Good morning, first and second graders. Are you ready for another great day of school? You did some good thinking on your math test yesterday. I enjoyed checking those. You're really getting the hang of copying the question down on the paper and solving it and putting in the right answers. Good job. I believe today is a phonics test. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's begin with our books of the Old Testament, but today let's go all the way through to the New Testament and say all 66 books together. Don't leave me hanging saying them by myself. Say them with me. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude, and Revelation is number 66. Thank you for saying them with me today. Yesterday we found a verse from the book of Judges. Joshua, Judges, next comes Ruth. It's not a very big book, so it's kind of hiding between Judges and 1 Samuel. It's only a couple pages big. So let's find Ruth, chapter 3, verse 5. Pause the video till you find it so we can read it together. Ruth 3, 5. Okay, let's read it together. Ruth 3, 5. And she said unto her, All that thou sayest unto me, I will do. See, Ruth is the story of a young lady who didn't live in Israel. She was from the land of Moab, but she learned how to love God because of her mother-in-law, Naomi. Naomi had a lot of really hard things happen in her life, and she loved Ruth very much. They moved back home to her town of Bethlehem. You ever heard of Bethlehem before? That's another story for another day. And when they were there, they needed some help. They didn't have a man to help provide for them, and they were running out of food, and they were very poor. And so Naomi knew some customs, some things that were traditions in her land in Bethlehem, and she told Ruth about them, and Ruth didn't understand them. But in this verse, she said to Naomi, All that thou sayest unto me, I will do. I don't understand these instructions, but I'm going to obey them. And as it turned out, God blessed her for obeying and for loving him, and blessed her with a wonderful family, and even put her into the genealogy of being King David's great-great-grandma. And after King David had children who had children who had children who had children who had children, came the Messiah, Jesus. Ruth was honored to be part of that history. It's a very exciting story. I want to share another exciting story with you. Taylor wrote this one in her handwriting assignment in our last packet. It's a story about the bear. There's a picture of the bear climbing a tree and reaching for the honey. What's going to happen to him? Here's what Taylor's imagination said. She gave the story the title, The Bear. The bear is hungry, so he climbed a tree to get some honey. A bee stung the bear. The bear fell out of the tree and got hurt. He broke his head, neck, right leg, right arm, left arm. The bear died. Poor bear. Taylor, I love that story. It was very dramatic. And you used good capital letters, and your sentences made good sense. Thank you for sharing that story with us so I could share it with the class. Now, about your phonics test today. I hope that you'll be really good listeners so that you can hear the sounds that Mrs. Chappell says to you, second graders. And first graders, when Miss Howe is telling you the sounds and the words to write in the boxes, would you please remember to go horizontally? If you zigzag into any box you feel like writing the answers, I don't know if you have the right answer or not because it's not in order. So just like we do in our classroom, when Miss Howe tells you the word, please put them going horizontally across the page in the box and then go to the next line. Thank you. That will help me be able to check them, and it'll show me that you were listening to instructions, just like Ruth did in our verse today. Have a great day. I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you'll be faithful and that you'll obey mom and dad and be kind to your families. And I'm praying that we can be back together in our classrooms soon. Have a good day. I'll see you later.